Hello, hello! My name is Emily. This is my channel, Books for Life. So I am doing fairly well with my November TBR. We are like halfway through November. Today is actually Veterans Day, so Monday the 11th. And I have almost finished the books that I have set on my TBR. Like, I'm doing really well. I'm almost done with Skyward. We are buddy reading that, and we have like set pages, and I'm completely set with that, and that one will definitely be done this month. I have finished An Ember in the Ashes by Sabaa Tahir. I am currently reading the sequel to that, A Torch Against the Night. So I figured that since I'm doing so well with my TBR, I'm going to participate in the readathon that's happening at the end of the month, and it is the one readathon to rule them all. And hopefully you get that that was a Lord of the Rings reference, but if not, that's okay. So this is hosted by a number of people, and I will leave the information for the readathon down below. I watched I Don't Have a Degree in Reading, and here's a link to her channel up above, and I will leave a link down below. She is one of the hosts. There are, I think, 8 different hosts, so there's a lot of information about it. But I'm excited. This is Hogwarts themed in the sense that for this readathon, you pick your Hogwarts house and you try to earn house points, and whatever house has the most points at the end will be declared the winners. So each house has its own set of challenges based on the words that are symbolic to their house. For example, I'm a Hufflepuff, and Hufflepuffs are known for loyalty. So loyalty is one of our words, and there is a book prompt based on that. If I were to read a book that is from a prompt for a different house, then though that house would lose those points. And then if I read the prompts that are based on my house, I would gain those points. I hope that kind of doesn't really make sense the way that I've explained it. But check out I Don't Have a Degree in Reading's video. She explains it much better than I do and all the information. So I signed up as a Hufflepuff since that's what I am. So I'm going to walk you through my TBR. Just so you know, this readathon goes from November 22nd through November 30th. Okay, so the first prompt is loyalty, and this is worth 1 point. So read a fantasy book with a great friendship. For that, I have chosen Dead Voices by Catherine Arden. I read Small Spaces back in September. That was the first. This is a middle grade series, I guess, and it's about these 3 friends who had a very scary experience when visiting a farm. There were these scarecrows that like would come alive, and they stole some of their classmates and things like that. Really creepy middle grade book. I absolutely loved it. I listened to the audiobook, and so there is a sequel to this, and because of those 3 middle schoolers, they have an awesome friendship, and it was kind of forged in a unique way. And so I know that that friendship is going to carry out throughout this story as well. I don't know too much about this, and I don't really want to tell you anyway because I wouldn't want it to spoil what happened in Small Spaces. If you are interested in hearing more about Small Spaces, definitely check out my September wrap-up. I'll leave a link to that above. But I loved it, so I know I want to continue on. I am going to be listening to that book, by the way. I have the audio version of it. So the next word prompt is work, and that is worth 2 points, and that is read the last book in a fantasy series. Hi, so future editing Emily here. I decided that I'm going to change one of the books in my TBR. I was nervous that the book that I had for the work prompt wouldn't fit because it's actually not the last book in the series, I guess, of The Reaper at the Gates. So I have deleted that footage, and I'm inserting new footage. I'm actually going to be reading The Queen of Nothing by Holly Black because that works. That is the last book in the Folk of the Air series, and it should be here today, which is Tuesday the 19th. So I will have it in time for this readathon. It probably will be the first book that I pick up because I know if I don't, it will be spoiled for me, but I figure that will be perfect. Instead of reading Reaper at the Gates for this, I am going to read A Reaper at the Gates right now. I have a snow day today, so I'm going to try to hammer out as much as I can with that, and then add The Queen of Nothing to my TBR. So if you see A Reaper at the Gates in future footage that's about to come up, you'll know that I have changed that, and it's actually going to be The Queen of Nothing. Back to the original video. The next prompt is justice, and this is worth 3 points. And this is read a fantasy book with a revenge plot or subplot. And for that, I have chosen the graphic novel version of Legend by Marie Lu. I know a lot of people who have read the Legend series and have absolutely loved it. I have not. I actually have most of the series in my classroom library, but I have never read it. So I thought that this would be a good quick read for this readathon, and B, this would be a great way for me to finally know a little bit about this series. And I know that this has a revenge plot because I believe the main female character's brother dies, and she ends up trying to attack or seek revenge on the organization that ended up causing her brother's death. Now, I'm not a huge graphic novel fan. I really struggle with actually paying attention to the pictures. So I like that readathons kind of force me out of my comfort zone. And I also like that, I have 8 days and not a lot of time to read, and that this will be a quick read. I'm hoping this is good, but I'll let you know more. The next prompt is patience, and this is worth 4 points. And this is to read a fantasy book with over 500 pages or listen to an audiobook that is more than 16 hours long. So I have decided to read The Toll by Neil Shusterman for this prompt. This would also fit for the last book in a series, so if I can't actually read A Reaper at the Gates for that, maybe I'll read this. Unfortunately, that one is not 500 pages. It's 460 something, so I can't just swap them. But this is over 600 pages, so this definitely fits this prompt. I'm dying to read this anyway. I just got this and I don't want anyone to spoil it for me, and I really want to know what happens. So this is an awesome excuse to fit this into my November reading month. So our last prompt is the House Buddy Reads. So this is the only one that's not based off a word, and this is worth 5 points. And so every single house has a different fantasy book. I got lucky because I actually own the one that they picked, and I'm pretty excited about it. I have wanted to read it and I just haven't had a chance. So that would be Wicked Fox by Kate Cho or Kate Chow, I'm not sure. I know that this is about this girl who is actually a 9-tailed fox, and her name is Goo. I'm not sure. She survives by eating the soul of men. Who's not here for that plot? That sounds fascinating. I've heard that this is fantastic. This was really hyped during the summer, which is why I chose this from Book of the Month. Obviously, I haven't had a chance to read it, and this would be an awesome way to finally pick it up. So I'm excited for all of these. So here are my 4 out of the 5 books. Obviously, my audiobook is not here, but I'll place a picture of it here. Now that I have these books together, that's a lot of pages to read in just over a week. I do have some of those days off because I will be on the Thanksgiving break, although we're hosting Thanksgiving at my house this year, so I will be pretty busy getting ready for that. But Black Friday, I usually don't go shopping. I usually just hang out and relax. So I'll probably be able to do a lot of reading that day. But I'm so excited for this. I'm here for this readathon. I'm hoping I'll be able to hammer these out. I have created a pretty strict schedule, and I'm hoping that I'll be able to stick to it. But yeah, so wish me luck as I venture onto my 4th readathon for the year. I set a goal this year of participating in 3 readathons, and I've officially exceeded that. So go me. So that's pretty exciting for me. So I will have a separate wrap-up video for this particular readathon to let you know, and I will also have a separate wrap-up video for the month of November so you know what else I read this month. I am really impressed with how well I'm doing. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please give a thumbs up and hit subscribe. If you are interested in participating in this readathon, definitely check out the links down below. If you're a Hufflepuff, let me know. I'd love to hear what books you're reading. If you're not a Hufflepuff, let me know if you're participating and chat me up about it. I'd love to talk to you. So have a great day, and I'll be back with a bookish video soon. As always, keep reading!